used to think I'd be a magazine cover. They keep on trying to find a ways to push my buttons. I came out of the jungle where it rained and it thunder, but I bring the heat like the summer. I don't wanna be on the ground when the time flies. Had so many friends go, I wonder when it's my time. I live every day like I'll die by the nighttime. It took me so long getting back to my right mind. I don't wanna be on the ground when the time flies.
Named for the legendary coach and co-founder of the Bengals, here's a good look at Paul Brown Stadium on the riverfront in Cincinnati. The enthusiasm of this Cincinnati crowd in full effect a moment ago as their Bengals took the field to the delight of this sold-out crowd. And they're all set as they'll match up with the San Francisco 49ers. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. This is Joe Mixon, fourth in the NFL in rushing last season. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. The pass rush specialist, D. Ford, in on the stop.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
3 down. Here you go. 368. Move. Stop.
From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
What we got?
Mixon with a first down carry. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
44. Here you go.
From the 40 now on 2nd down, Dalton. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. He's coming off a 3-interception performance last week, so certainly not how he wanted to start here.
Not at all, but this is where a quarterback gets tested. This is where we find out what he has underneath that jersey, because he had a bad game last week. Can he shake off a bad start to this one and start to perform at the level he expects?
And some nifty running right away as he'll get this up past the 30. 13 yards, and it keeps the drive moving. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. Now Garoppolo lost the football. Or call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Garoppolo throwing the out route and complete. It's Goodwin. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for third down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. Check 52. 1, Omaha. Check, hot, bang.
They'll try and run for it here. It's Coleman. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. A nice first down pickup on a gain of 6. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up. Though we've seen some good pressure defensively already here in the first quarter, here's another good example.
7. Hey, gun. 57 to Mike. 50. White.
Back to the air on second. It's Garoppolo. And it's caught. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field, all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you've got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
White. Check. 12, fellas, here we go.
It's Coleman here. And across the goal line, into the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Tevin Coleman, his second touchdown on the season. And the Niners have taken the early lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Don't get nervous. Under 10. 22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber. 6 guys. Check. Heavy.
Dalton with a give here to Mixon. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Passing, it's Dalton. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's fourth down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Now we'll get our first update of the afternoon from the Meadowlands. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Deebo Samuel, the rookie wideout, his intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down.
12. 180. Hey, Charlie.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Over the middle, he finds Pettis complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 16 yards, a first down.
And a 49er first down.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Here we go. 180. Ain't no such thing. 11. Let's 57. 21. Chip one.
Play fake there to Coleman. Now Garoppolo. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. Down the numbers. There he goes. Touchdown, 49ers. Deebo Samuel, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. Now Gold for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Niners 14, Bengals nothing. Robbie Gould set for kickoff.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
A reminder coming up later tonight, Sunday Night Football, a good one from Atlanta. Eagles and Falcons, 8:20 Eastern. And then tomorrow on Monday Night Football, Odell Beckham back in New York, back in MetLife Stadium. Browns and Jets, 8:15 Eastern on Monday night. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Dalton here from the gun. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. Call it a gain of 5, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 7.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Hands up. Lee. Heavy. Single. Ice. Shoot.
3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. Going deep for Eifert. He's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
On 2nd and 9, Garoppolo. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Carl Lawson able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Well, that last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long. On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. Deep ball for Goodwin. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
They decided to air it out a little bit on that play, take a shot downfield, but the coverage was really nice, able to get a hand in and tip it away.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Agnew now to return. 12 yards on the return that time, and the Bengals will take over in terrific field position. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. A handoff to Mixon. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout. So as they take it over, we step aside. Second down, Dalton. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Drew Sample, his first NFL reception, goes for 6. And the Bengals have got it back to a 1-score game. Bullock good on the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown.
The Niners take over at their own 25-yard line.
Francisco gets set to go here. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Right back to Coleman here on 1st down. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now the Georgia Southern man, this is Jerick McKinnon. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his second week of the regular season. They go play action here on first down. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
21.
On second down, it's Coleman. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to say.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Last year's NFL leader in field goal percentage, Robbie Gould, on for the Niners field goal. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. CD, you know there were quite a few Bears fans back in January saying, why didn't we hold on to that Robbie Gould guy?
Well, it's a legitimate question. 33 of 34 for San Francisco in 2018. The crazy stat of the year, he missed more extra points, 2, than he did field goals, 1, in the 2018 season.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to put
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
After the loss to start out, here's second and 11. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Goodwin. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
A gain of 14. And the 49ers first down.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10.
Let's see what you got. Mike's 57 smooth. Here we go. 57's to Mike. 55.
They'll set up to throw. Over the middle to Kittle. Complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
57's to Mike. Watch 57. Now watch one.
Looking to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Intended for Deebo Samuel. Incomplete. It's second down and goal.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This a fairly straightforward 22-yard short attempt. The kick by Gould is good. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Ready? 60 outlaw. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
Ready? Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Alabama man, Drake Kirkpatrick.
Well, Brandon, this is a former first-round pick, and he's been a bit of a disappointment in his career up till now, but he's still got room to grow. And this is an excellent play right here to come away with the football.
Big stop, D. Big stop. Let's go. Motion, motion, motion. Watch 30 seconds.
Their D gets the INT. Now what can Dalton do? On the right side, caught by Green. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a entire breakdown on what the coverage was. Everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play.
Here's Dalton. Throw left side, complete to Ross. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10.
You got three down.
Out of the gun, it's Dalton. Eluding the pressure right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
So this is what happens when you throw interceptions. That confident veneer that you have gets chipped away a little bit. Maybe a little bit gun-shy throwing it around.
Yeah, underthrowing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions may be in the back of his mind. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Being chased out left. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
And the Bengals on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Single slide. Hey, exit.
From the gun, Dalton. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
Here we go. Hard. Can't you stop? No. Rock it. Shoot. Watch the shot. Get it.
They begin the drive with Coleman. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he takes it all the way up to the 47. That good for 22 and a 1st down. Defense really kept him in check running the football in the first half. Maybe that'll be a spark for him here in half 2.
So 2 words come to mind for me. Resilient, because he has to keep bouncing back after some limiting runs, and have that relentless. keep going, knowing that you may pop one as he just did there.
And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. Two chunk. Plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
First down, San Francisco.
This quarterback now 3 out of 5 since taking over as he's given his guys a first down.
Hey, lock it. Hey, Sam off. Yeah.
They'll run with Coleman on first down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. The offense on third down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at third and a few inches. On third down, here's Coleman. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Tevin Coleman, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the 49ers add on to their lead. Gold with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at their own 21. Now Dalton. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Here we go, D. Here I come again.
To throw again. Dalton buying time to his left. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to hold that one in.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Operating from the gun, Dalton. He's got his man, Boyd. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Andy Dalton now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now Joe Mixon, and he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing, but with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
18 loves to go deep.
From midfield here, Dalton. And caught right side, Green. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
First and 10.
Andy Dalton now 9 of 17 through the air.
He's checking.
Throw left side complete. That's Ross. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
On 2nd and 9, Dalton to the end zone, but it's incomplete. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. Here's another failure right there on 3rd down.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, this from 37. Bullock's kick is good. And that will close the gap down to 14. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
Ready. 90, Wolf. Watch the screen. Pass. Stand. What? Squeeze. Watch the shift. Yep. Hey, alert 3. Go.
They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down.
A gain of 15. And a 49er 1st down.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
I got one. Deuce. Go.
Here's Coleman. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
2nd and 11 at the 39-yard line.
Let's go now. 18 Gator. Go. Hey, Echo. Let's go. Look at me. Zipper. Watch the flag. Motion.
2nd and 11. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off around the 37. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Here you go. 93, 52, 93.
Dalton, 1st and 10. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Ross. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
Hands up, ladies. Regular. Watch that in. 3 down. Hands up.
Off the play fake to Mixon. This is Dalton. He'll let this go end zone for Green. Green's open, and he's got it for a Bengal touchdown. A.J. Green, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Bengals take advantage of the turnover to put up 6. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Now Bullock will send this one away after the time. This is taken at his 4. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, 49ers. Raheem Mostert, his first touchdown of the new season. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. A big-time special teams play here in the fourth quarter to extend their lead.
And coaches preach it all the time. If you can score on special teams, your chances of winning the game really jump up in a big way. Now, I'll let our analytics friends quantify it and give us the exact numbers, but that's what coaches talk about all the time, that extra momentum, that extra bounce you get from a special team score.
I don't have any analytics friends. Those are your friends.
I'll claim them.
So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go, 368. 29 is the Mike. Mike 29. Here we go, here we go. Hey, Alpha. 29 is the Mike. Mike 29. Let's go, deep.
From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. He sets to fire deep. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. 39 yards there, a big one. You're at the point in the game right now where you got to start taking some chances, and that chance paid off.
And it's a good idea to be that aggressive because, truthfully, the defensive guys, they're just playing not to make a mistake. That often means you can make a big play against them.
Throwing, Dalton. This one to Bourne out on the left side. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
That's another Bengals first down. First down and goal.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Here we go, Cam.
From the gun, Dalton. Flushed out right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Nick Bosa in there to record the second sack of his young NFL career.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
You got to think this is likely 4-down territory anyway, but they'll try to punch it in now on 3rd and goal.
Mike 36.
Operating from the gun, Dalton. His throw caught at about the 5. A big play, but still not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal.
Completed pass brings up a 4th down situation. Do you play analytics on this one? Well, what do your analytics tell you about going for it here? I wonder what they would say.
They tell me you're down by this margin, 4th quarter. You're going. They'll run with Mixon, and he didn't get there. Knocked backwards to the 2-yard line. Mixon unable to find the goal line on 4th down. And this 49er defense stands tall down near the goal line. And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning.
I'm coming after you.
Back to throw now in his own end zone. Over the middle, he finds Pettis complete. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. This is Coleman. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be given a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop.
Check three. Jump. Leo. Get it.
On second down now. It's Coleman looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Calling no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long. The Niners on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. The Niners on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 14.
57's the mic. Watch 57. Who that? 57's Mike. Mike 57. 80 weapon.
On play action, they'll throw. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Credit the sack to the safety, Jesse Bates. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. Here comes the 49ers punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. On the return, here's Agnew. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Elsewhere, they're on to the 4th quarter at MetLife Stadium. The Bills, they're just pouring it on in that one. A win would be their 2nd on the young season. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10.
14's moving. Bunch set. Eyes up. Hey, seam 6. Mike 29. Let's put him on. 2x2. Move.
1st and 10 for Dalton. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line.
His guys take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. Coleman. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. So the victory here for San Francisco. And this not always an easy proposition, Charles. You had a West Coast team that traveled east, but they got the job done.
And there's so much that goes into it because your body time and your body clock different from what you're used to west, because if you go east, you're going to lose up to 3 hours. Right? So is your body going to be awake when it's time to play? A lot of teams actually rehearse it. They practice it. Maybe the week of the game, they move everything up to that time frame so guys get used to doing it that way. I remember when I played at Tennessee, when we had to go from east to west, our trainer Tim Karen said, leave your watches on East Coast time. Every piece of information we got was East Coast Standard Time. Try to psychologically tell us what to do, as well as prepare our bodies the same way.
So for San Francisco, it's a dream start. 2 wins in 2 early road games. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, they'll drop to 0-2, and they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills.